Good morning, Standard 5 students. Today we will start a new chapter, revision chapter 1, reproduction in plants. So let us revise this chapter. I have given some revision notes and some revision questions and answers for you, and you will see this video and you will take the advantage of these all notes and question answers. I hope so that you will see this and you will learn also. So let us start this revision work. So first revision notes are there. The first point is dispersal. It is the process of scattering seeds away from the parent plant with the help of natural agents like wind, water and animals. So it can be dispersed. The seeds are taken away far from the parent plant so that it can germinate into other places and there will be no fighting for food and water. So it should be scattered. So dispersal is very important so that all the seed can get proper environmental condition to grow. Next we will see about seed coat. You can see in the picture also there is seed coat shown in the picture. Here is seed coat. So the outermost part of a seed is called seed coat. Now next you will see cotyledons. Inside the seed coat there are cotyledons. These are also called seed leaves. No? Seeds of the flowering plants have one or two seed leaves called cotyledons, and these cotyledons supply food for the baby plant to grow. You can see here cotyledon. Now next, embryo. The baby plant inside the seed is called embryo. You can see embryo that is growing. New baby plant grows from this embryo. Now next we will see about the other topic, that is germination. Now you have understood about seed. Now you will see how seed germinates. So germination, it is the process by which the seed grows into a new plant. You can see the seed grows, and first when a seed sprouts, now when it germinates, then a very small radical comes out, white color. Now after some time you see that radical goes downwards and it grows into a root, and after some days you can see upside one more structure called plumule appears, and that plumule develops into shoot, and after that what happens, leaves appear in the plant and cotyledons shrink and fall down or dies. So the seed germinates into a new plant by the process of germination. So seed grows into a new plant. Now let us see what are the stages of germination. You have seen in the picture, the seed gets air, water and warmth. These three conditions are necessary for growing of a seed, for germinating of a seed. If any of these condition, one condition will also be not there, then seed will not grow into a new plant. The seed coat breaks. First what happens? It takes water, and it's water soaked into the seed coat and make it soft, and it breaks, and the baby plant emerges. The baby plant breaks the seed coat and emerges out, so that water is very important to make the seed coat soft. It gets its food firstly from the cotyledons. When baby plant grows, it takes the food from the cotyledons or seed leaves. Now next is that baby plant develops roots and shoots. Fourth is that as the plant grows in size, it develops leaves. After developing leaves, the cotyledons shrink and disappear. So this is stages of germination. You have seen in the previous that picture I have shown you. You can see step by step. First one is there, a seed radical is produced. When germination takes place, a radical is produced in the seed. After that, it changes into root. A new part, that is plumule, grows and it develops into shoot. After that you can see leaves appear and cotyledons, seed coat also fall down and cotyledons also dries up. You can see here cotyledons also dries up and the seed grows into a new plant. So let us see about another topic, that is agriculture. You can see the plants are grown on the large scale. In the picture also you can see crops are grown here. Crops are here grown. So agriculture, the practice of growing plants on a large scale to provide food for our needs. We need food now. The population is increasing day by day and the need of food is increasing also day by day. So we need food and we grow on a large scale to fulfill the demand of a very large population in not a small scale. When it is grown on a large scale to provide to fulfill the need of the people, then it is called agriculture. Now next we will see what is the topic. Common crop plants in India. So types of crops and examples are given you here. So first we will see about oil seeds, that means seeds that provide us oil. So let us see olive and mustard. We use commonly in our home mustard oil for cooking food and for various other purposes also. Now next is cereals. Cereals is our main staple food. We are calling cereals and it is mostly carbohydrate. So what are the examples of cereal? Wheat, rice. Both are our common staple food. Now pulses, grams and peas. We are eating the pulses of common these are gram and peas. Root crops, some root crops are also there. Sweet potato, it is a root. Fiber crops from which we can get fiber, that is cotton and jute fiber are very common. We make clothes from cotton and jute is used for various purposes to make ropes, sacks and different items. Now let us see the next. Different steps of farming. So in agriculture there are different steps of farming there. So let us see one by one. First is preparing the soil, that is plowing the field. You can see in this picture the person is plowing the field with the help of oxen. You can see the field is burrow. Burrow has been made and it is very good for the growth of the plant. It can become airy, the soil can become airy and it provides oxygen and it will be easy to sow the seed also deep under these burrows. Now next we will see the second point, adding manure and fertilizers to make the soil fertile. Manure and fertilizer is very important to grow the plants healthy. Healthy plants and a large production is when we need large production, then we have to add manure and fertilizers to our field so that production can be more and more increased. Now next we will see third step is sowing the seeds at the right time. The sowing time is different, as you know, two types of crops are there, rabi crops and kharif crops. So the time is different for each and every crop. So we should see the time of crops, which crop we should sow at that time, and we will sow the seed. You can see in this picture also one seed is going on sowing the seed. Now next we will see what is that. So fourth step, irrigation of the soil. Water is very important for the soil. Without water you cannot do any farming. So in this field watering of the plants has been done. This is called irrigation of the soil. Now next is protection of the soil from pest. After growing the plants, different types of insects and pests can attack your field. So to protect the soil from the pest and your plants also from the pest, you have to add some pesticides. Pesticides should be sprayed over the field to stop the growth of pests, that is harming the crops. The animals that harm our crops are called pests. Now number 6, harvesting of crops. After the crops has gone, you have to cut the crops and gather it. So cutting and gathering of crops is called harvesting. Now after harvesting the crop, we should store it properly, because every time we cannot grow each and every crop. So we have to store these crops after harvesting for the whole year, and each crop has different season. In every season we cannot grow every crop. That's why we have to store the crops for the whole year. Throughout the year we have to use the same crop, same production. So you should keep it very safely, and storing must be done in the clean place and dry place. And before storing the crops, it must be dried well in the sun, so that no moisture should be there. Otherwise bacteria or germs can and some insect also can attack your crops and it can damage your crops. Now next we will see some revision questions are there for you. First is question 1, define this. You have to define some points are there. First is cotyledons. It is a part inside the seed which contains food for the baby plant. I have explained earlier that baby plants, firstly when they start growing, they take the food from the cotyledons. Second is dispersal. It is the process by which seeds are scattered far away from the mother plant by different agents. The different agents are wind, water, animals, sometimes by explosion also, like cotton plants. They are also light, and when they explode, they fly in the air and they move in the air from here to there. Some explodes like peas, peas and balsam burst and they spread their seeds. Vegetative propagation, it is the process of production by plant parts other than the seed. When new plants grow from the other parts like stem, root, then it is called vegetative reproduction. Mostly the plant grow from the seed, but other parts of the plant can also grow into new plant, that is called vegetative propagation. Now next is state two examples of it. Oil seeds, two examples, sunflower oil and mustard oil that we use for cooking. Pulses, grams and peas that we eat mostly in our home. Root crops, sweet potato and carrots. Now both roots we eat commonly. Now next question number 3 is fill in the blanks. So first is new plants mostly grow from seeds. Seeds mostly we grow new plants from seeds and rarely we grow new plant from other parts of the plant like stem, root, etc. Leaves also. Now B number is what is agriculture. So we have to fill. The practice of growing crops on a large scale is called agriculture. Third number C is sweet potato is an underground root. Sweet potato is a root. The scattering of seeds away from the mother plant is called dispersal. The outer covering of a seed is called seed coat, that protects the seed from any damage. Now next question is match the following. So we will see first number dispersal by wind. One example is cotton. Cotton is dispersed by wind because it is very light seed. Dispersal by water, coconut. Coconut are growing on the water beside sea source or water bodies. So it falls on the water and floats because it is very light and it grows wherever it gets favorable condition. Dispersal by animal. Some seeds have spines or hooks like structure that stick to the body of animals, and with the animal it moves from one place to another. Example is xanthium. So xanthium will match with this. Grow from leaves. Some leaves also can grow. The notches of bryophyllum leaves, buds are grown, and each bud can grow into a new plant when it falls into the soil. Grow from roots. Carrot. Carrot also can grow a new plant. So it is example of is that carrot. Grow from stems. So stems also have buds and each bud can grow into a potato plant. So the example of stem is potato. Now next is differentiate between rabi crops and kharif crops. So two types of crops are mostly common in India. First is rabi crops. These crops are known as winter crops because they are grown in the winter season. Kharif crops are known as monsoon crops because they are grown during the rainy season and summer season. Second point is they are grown from November to April, rabi crops. Kharif crops are grown from June to October, that is rainy months. Third number, these plants require less water, that's why they grow during the winter season. These plants require more water, kharif crops. So they are grown during rainy season. Examples of rabi crops are wheat, gram, etc. Examples of kharif crops are rice, maize, etc. So it is all over the revision of chapter 1. You will revise nicely, students. So thank you all. We'll meet again.